Rockets are out of Houston and into an interconference game. The excitement of the NBA is on the way. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So on the floor for Houston, Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modiunas and Howard the post pair, and it's Beverly in at the one spot. And when you think of Kid Gilchrist, one thing that comes to mind is intangibles. He has a desire and intensity and a will to win that elevates him to elite status.
Yeah, you know, he never will be a great shooter, and he's still working on his jump shot. But the intangibles, you talked about it, you add heart and tenacity to that. Every team wants a guy like that.
Here's the lob to the hoop, and the ball travels out of bounds. Last touch by Kid Gilchrist. And it's Houston's ball to the right side. And Beverly kicks to Modiunas. Williams with the steal. And Walker with a clear path to the hoop. And it's blocked. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. To the paint. Here's Kid Gilchrist. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And Kid Gilchrist had that very funky jumper coming into the league. And prior to last year, really worked tirelessly. Not an easy thing to do to try to change the entire form and structure of your jump shot.
Clark for Kid Gilchrist and his shot. It seemed to be a step in the right direction for his entire offensive game.
Well, Kevin, it was the first year of reworking that jump shot, and the mid-range percentage has gone up as a result. That's positive progress.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Harden gets the bucket.
You know, no time wasted getting that ball up the floor for the uncontested finish.
For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Walker the pass to Zeller. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. Pass to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Zeller setting the pick for Walker. Zeller dishes to Batum. The second chance effort. And he sinks the layup.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
On defense, the Hornets. And Beverly kicks to Modiunas, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella.
Harden outside. High post try. No good. And the Hornets now going the other way. A fast break now for Charlotte. Right block shot. And there's Zeller, and that's good on the assist from Batum. Zeller's got his second basket. Rockets trail by 3. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Ariza passes to Howard, and stolen by Zeller. And here we go, fast break. Kid Gilchrist has got it. Williams for 3, out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
The Rockets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And that one's good. Beverly.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Charlotte moving it around. Batum wide open. He fires. Good. The nice assist for Williams.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
Jefferson's checked in for Cody Zeller. And a switch here also for Houston. Michael Beasley. He's checked in for Modiunas. Beverly dishes to Beasley. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And Clifford in his 3rd year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. And He's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Kaminsky is checked in for Williams. Lee comes in for Kid Gilchrist. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. Lin's shot is off.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Out to the right wing for the three. And the Hornets miss again. Houston in the lead. Beasley, the pass to Terry. He dishes it to Brewer. And another three for Houston.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Charlotte has gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. And a wide open look for Lin. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a three, and then we'll take it right back.
And guys, KJ McDaniels, I think, has excellent defensive potential. I mean, his long arms and quick jump allow him to block a high number of shots for a two-guard, and his overall athleticism allows him to match up against twos and threes. Offensively, though, he really needs work on practically every measurable skill.
Capella with the bucket. 58 seconds left in the first quarter. Lin against Terry. And Lamb kicks to Lin. Lets it go from deep. And rebounded by McDaniels.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Beasley dishes to Brewer. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
With 2 seconds left, and he goes in for the dunk.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flood. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort.
Basketball, this is my passion, on the court.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals. And this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
That's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's at.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage for him. That bench has really made a nice contribution.
Kid Gilchrist and Williams are at the forward spots. Batum is out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Zeller in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Hornets 5. It's tipped and stolen by Zeller. A fast break now for Charlotte. Here's Walker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality, maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assist man.
Monty Eunice is checked in for Houston. Kemba Walker hits them both. Greg, talking about Walker, you have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
Now the pass to Williams, to the paint, Zeller. Kid Gilchrist with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Walker. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Timeout, Charlotte. And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA. Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Charlotte moving it around. It's stolen by Ariza. It's Harden with the drive. Ariza kicks to Howard. And again, the Rockets good for 2. Howard is still Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year he had not one 20-plus rebound game. Tell me the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
Hornets trail by 4. Here's Walker. Ariza with the rebound. Rockets have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And Howard with the stuff.
Nice pass there. Good job to get it up quick.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Walker missing again.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead. Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And, Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals that allows you to get out of transition.
Like last season, we saw Monty Eunice make some nice strides.
Yeah, a big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin, on both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. McDaniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly.
And Monty Eunice actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
Out to Lee. From past the arc, and he gets it to go. Lee's got his first 3 points of the game.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that 3-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
The shot is off, and the Hornets now going the other way.
And Monty Eunice is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer.
Capella gets to Monty Eunice. Capella dishes to Terry. Feeds to Brewer. Pass to Capella. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here. He shattered the backboard.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33 and 49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. One of the more recognizable names in the draft this year from Wisconsin, Frank Kaminsky, mostly because of his play, his terrific play at the college level, Clark.
Player of the year in college basketball, Frank the Tank led the Badgers to a chance at the national championship. They came up short against Duke, but he showed himself to be a leader and a multi-skilled big man.
McDaniels kicks to Capella. And Lee pulls it down.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Lynn, that's a 2-pointer. Stolen by McDaniels. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
20 seconds left in the first half. Lynn from long range, and it's McDaniels with the rebound. McDaniels got his 3rd rebound on the night.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Capella with the bucket.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And the first half comes to a conclusion.
Well, guys, I'm here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about...
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
So on the floor for Houston, Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. And it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
The kick out to Williams. Nobody near Kid Gilchrist. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Houston's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. And stolen by Williams. And there's the call on Howard. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. And a wide open look for Walker. And Williams gets it to go on the assist by Walker. Williams has got his first bucket in this one.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
And, Greg, I've got to admit to you, I mean, I did not think they were going to get all the way back. I thought they were done. But they've shown some serious resilience and character to battle this far back.
Walker's shot is off.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
And the jam by Modiunas.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he fixed the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Fans, that was your Hornets
third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Kicks it out to Harden. From deep. But they'll get another chance. And it's Ariza in the corner. Tries yet again. Shot is no good. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Walker against Beverly. And Walker kicks to Batum. Back to Walker for the lead. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
Harden kicks to Moniunas. And stolen by Zeller. And now Kid Gilchrist running the floor all by himself.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
Houston's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. From deep, Harden. Another miss by Harden.
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponent. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe 2, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes shot for shot.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract and he did not follow that up with big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage at only 42, and not exactly what the Hornets were expecting from their new stretch 4.
Jefferson's checked in for Zeller. And a switch here also for Houston. Beasley's checked in. Walker the pass to Jefferson. Back to Walker. Launches it. Batum against Harden. Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Houston. The thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
Outside, Walker. Jefferson on top. No good. And Houston the other way now.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Offensive rebound. It's tipped. Batum with the steal. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
There's Walker with the 3, and he gets it to go. Walker's got 12 in the game.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
It's Harden with the drive. The tray. Ariza with another miss.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The kick out to Walker from deep. 3-pointer. Another shot, and Williams pays it in. And it's a 9-point Hornets lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Williams, a screen on Beverly. Walker, and it's sent back by Howard. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. From deep, Harden. The Hornets pull it in.
I'll tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
On the wing, Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 6 assists in the game.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure has seemed as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
For three, Beasley, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. The point.
All right, Charlotte, now entering the court.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Charlotte leading by 8. We've got Jeremy Lamb. Jeremy Lin is out there with Lee. Then it's Cody Zeller. And it's Kaminsky in at the 4 spot. So that's the Hornets 5. There's the dish to Lamb. Courtney Lee is on the wing. Shot clock at 5. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Zeller against Beverly. Lynn from long range. Shot is off.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Looking to get back on track here. Brewer with the rebound. Rockets trail by 4. Beasley dishes to Moniunas. Goes up on the wing, and again, the Rockets good for 2.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to. They can't get all the assists they've racked up.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, Steve Clifford was just going over the game plan with his team. As this game enters winning time, and it really could go either way, he wanted the chance to check in, make sure they're all on the same page, and sticking to the game plan to close it out. Kevin?
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Beverly against Walker. And Beverly kicks to Harden. And there's the feed to Capella. The tray. The shot no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Williams passes to Walker. Good! Now it's a 7-point Hornets lead.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
Stolen by Walker. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Zeller, powered down after the assist, let him into the lane.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Harden dishes to Beverly. Will it go? Zeller grabs the board. Charlotte leading by 9. And here's Walker outside. Rockets with the rebound. Ariza's got 4 rebounds now tonight. From deep 3-point range, it's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. To the paint, here's Zeller, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Now a timeout called by Houston. We've seen Kemba Walker really having a great game.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Kid Gilchrist is checked in for the Hornets. And a switch here also for Houston. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Capella. It's stolen by Ariza. Howard kicks to Harden, and there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's foul number 2 for him. Jefferson's checked in for Charlotte.
Second personal foul. In for your Hornets.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
The turnover total in the first half, only one, but a totally different story here in the second.
Walker goes in. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Walker's got 7 now in this quarter.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Harden the pass to Beverly. And some nice passing there by Houston. Dishes it to Montejunas. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, Harden.
And we've seen them come out and be much more active defensively this half.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
And the Rockets making a change here. Beasley's checked in. And Howard, here we go. And the layup's good off the glass. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Charlotte now. This run now up to 13-2. Deflects the pass. And Batum kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Boy, they're going on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing. And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Hornets.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Yeah, I like the discipline, the self-control, and the patience, Kevin.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Kemba Walker. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Pass to Kidd-Gilchrist. There's Walker with the three. Walker missing again.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Howard. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Catching up on the changes for Charlotte. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Williams. Lee comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Lamb, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. Lin from long range. Good on the shot.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
Now in transition is Lin. Here we go. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, just nice strength there and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
Both free throws good from Lin. Here's Houston now. It's a 16-point game. No good off the front iron. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lamb dishes to Lin. Shoots and rejection by McDaniels. And it's off from three-point range. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith without Kemba Walker. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight. Shaq? And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure.
So the Hornets win the tip. And the Houston Rockets starting 5. Modiunas and Howard the post pair. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. And it's Beverly in at the 1. That's good.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. It's a 3-point game.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. The kick out to Walker. From the arc. Can't get it to go. The Rockets go the other way with it. Beverly dishes to Howard. Taken away by Williams. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. To the inside. Here's Batum.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. You're much better off making him go to the line.
Both free throws good from Batum.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. And the 3 off target. And if carrying the team during the regular season wore Harden down, Greg, as you were talking about, it didn't show that much in the playoffs. Harden was phenomenal most, if not Clark, all of the postseason.
I would agree with you, but there also were some other guys for Houston that did step up in the postseason. Howard looked as good as he did before all of his injuries, as a case in point.
Here is Harden. Kemba Walker making his last shot. There's the double team with Walker. Harden with it. He's picked up by Walker. Modiunas has the open look. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Here's Zeller. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
And stolen by Zeller. Puts up a 3. Walker missing again. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Harden kicks to Howard. Lets it go from deep. No good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And Batum gets it to go on the assist by Zeller.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their pass. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Walker. 5 points in the game. And guys, Nicholas Batum is a real greyhound on the floor. The guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clarkie, he covers a lot of ground.
Extremely active at both ends of the court, Kevin. Great versatility. He can defend 3 positions, and he's played big minutes for the Blazers.
Clock is at 3. There's Walker with the 3. Here's Williams, and that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Al Jefferson is checked in for Cody Zeller. And a switch here also for Houston. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Modiunas. That'll be a 5-second call.
Hey, guys, now the NBA has what's called player tracking. I mean, they can show how much ground a player can cover over the course of a season. And Nicholas Batum, always amongst the leaders. 2 seasons ago, he was number 1.
Now, here's Walker. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Offline with his 3. 10 points separating the teams. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt. How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Jefferson. Outside, Batum. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Some changes for Charlotte. Kaminsky is checked in for Williams. Lee comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
Boy, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Beasley with a clean look. It's good from long range. Beasley's gotten 5.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Screen by Jefferson. Lin with it, guarded now by Jason Terry. The 3. Kept alive by Charlotte. Outside, Lin. Off target with the open look.
They've got a narrow edge here in rebounding early on. You wonder how much that'll play going forward.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, and every play counts. And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Here is Lin. The Rockets making the shot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Lee gets the bucket.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's Terry. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Brewer, good.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Here's Lin. 6-point game. Right side, Lee. Pass to Jefferson. Lin adds a 2-pointer. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter. On the wing, Brewer. Inside, Lee with the steal. Up in time. No good. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league from going undrafted. Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Batum. Then it's Williams. And it's Zeller in at the center position.
And guys, there's no doubt Walker has a lot of the tools needed to be a great point guard. But his shooting percentage is really what has kept him from making the league. Just not as consistent as he needs to be. And a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
Harden kicks to Montejunas. Pulls from the top of the key. They get the rebound. Howard dishes to Harden. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Harden's got his first bucket in this one.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Just thinking again about Kemba Walker's field goal percentage, Greg. You were talking about shot under 40%, Clark, from the floor last year.
Yeah, and I think so much of shooting percentage is a function of shot selection. That's 3 out of the last 4 seasons now under 40% for Kemba. In order to be an elite point guard, that number's got to go up.
Now a timeout called by Houston. Kemba Walker with an eerily similar season once again. Stats the last 3 years of ironically, been very close.
Yeah, you talked about those two. Almost 18 points a game, around 35 minutes. So did so on just under 16 shots as well. So becoming more and more efficient.
Charlotte making a switch here. Len's checked in. Hornets leading by 10. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. The shot is off. Good D by Ariza. For Houston, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Here's Howard. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, it's kind of one of those weird anomalies when you look at Kemba's numbers, because in each of those seasons, he played a different number of games. Just one of those kind of quirky, weird things we pick up on sometimes when our brain is foggy.
And for Walker, guys, and his stats, even for players considered consistent, there is more variation than what Walker has put up. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Montiunas kicks to Howard. Houston moving it around. Ariza outside. Krill's the three-pointer. Ariza's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Lynn's shot is off.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Pass to Zeller. Howard with the steal. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Beverly against Len. The dish to Montiunas. Here's Harden on the wing. Takes the 3. And again, it's the Rockets from deep. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
You know, I thought Charlotte went to their bench as much as most other teams last season. Those guys ate up time for the starters, but weren't nearly efficient scoring the ball as you might want them to be.
It's deflected and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Houston making some changes. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Montiunas. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Harden inside the three-point line. The Rockets with another miss.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
A nice shot by Lynn. .130 left to play here in the second quarter. A wide open look here for Terry. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Hornets leading by 3. Lynn with it. 8 points for him. The feed to Lamb. That 3 off the mark. Now the Rockets with it. They're on a 10-2 run here. Here's Harden on the wing. Wide open. Drained for 2 points. Now just a 1-point Charlotte lead.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
In the pass to Williams. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Beasley dishes to Terry. Back to Beasley. Terry outside. Just 5 on the clock. Beasley kicks to Brewer. Shot, no good. Great D that time from Batum.
And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hold it.
And I'm guessing that's exactly what they're probably going to do here.
Here's Lynn. Got a piece of it. but he recovers it. Outside Williams. A second chance effort, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the first half comes to a conclusion.
Thank you, Kevin.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Charlotte had no problems getting going. They had intensity in their eyes and fire in their bellies and that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first two quarters.
It's been a good one for Williams. He has 8 points and a steal.
And so in the game for the Rockets. Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. And it's Ariza in at the small forward. Hornets leading by 3. Here's Lynn. And it's sent back by Howard. But they recover it. And Williams, here we go. Passes it to Lynn. And Beverly kicks to Harden. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
And, guys, Patrick Beverly, a perfect fit for the Rockets alongside James Harden. Now, you know, Beverly is in that complementary role as a 3 and D guy. And remember, also, even though he's the point guard, he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He's good at just spotting up for threes, and he's a hounding on-ball defender.
And Beverly plucked out of Europe by the Rockets. Clark, he signed a new contract this past offseason.
And a nice value for the Rockets, Kevin. I mean, he's a player whose impact on the game really transcends the stat sheet. That's often the case for those guys that are all defense caliber players.
Ariza passes to Modiunas. It's stolen by Lamb. Here's Lynn. Good D by Ariza.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
For the lead, Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Misses the layup.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Got a piece of it. Now here's Lamb. Ariza covering. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. For Charlotte, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
6 to shoot. Beverly against Land. It's tipped. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost is the opposite in this case.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He's been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
There's the foul. It's on Jeremy Lamb. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Harden against Williams. Williams with the block. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. And Batum kicks to Lamb. And again, the Hornets missing. For Houston, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Ariza with the bucket.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
This game has been a battle, and maybe they're starting to just run out of gas a little bit.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Rockets.
Michael Beasley.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. There's Lynn with the three. And again, the Hornets missing.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Let's go. And a wide open look for Zeller. And it's off from three-point range. Beverly dishes to Beasley. Houston moving the ball around. They're running. Ball going up court. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
4 on the clock. Here's Lynn. The rebound by Harden.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. That sends Trevor Ariza to the free throw line. It's on Nicholas Batum. So for the Rockets, Capella's checked in, and Corey Brewer's subbed in for James Harden. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. Guys, before last season, Trevor Ariza signing a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Rockets. Big free agent get for the team.
And, they wanted to re-sign Chandler Parsons, Kevin, but with his departure, in comes Ariza, and Trevor is a quality replacement. I mean, a terrific wing defender, and he's a nice spot-up shooter as well.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for the Rockets.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Houston's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Terry kicks to Capella. Boom, he jams it straight down.
He's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounce ability.
And, you compare their games. Ariza a bit more limited maybe offensively than Parsons, a few years older. But he's also a better defender and also better at playing without the basketball. Remember, you got 5 guys out there, only 1 ball. Sometimes your chemistry can improve when a guy doesn't need the basketball to be effective.
Charlotte trailing. Here's Kid Gilchrist. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Kid Gilchrist has got 4 this quarter.
And now that's how you start a fast break and how you finish it.
Expanding his range, but they get it back. And Brewer kicks to Capella, and that's a foul. Calling Spencer Hawes. That is his first foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Beverly's checked in. And the pass to McDaniels. Puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
And, for the Rockets, a nice pairing with James Harden and Trevor Ariza. Ariza, a spot-up shooter and defender, while Harden arguably the premier offensive creator in the league. I mean, they really complement each other well.
The Hornets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And, guys, Courtney Lee now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
Kid Gilchrist comes with a double team. Walker against Beverly, and Lee pulls it down.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. but the defense stood tall there.
That's good. And that's now 6 points for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Pause the pass to Walker. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The third quarter comes to a close. Hornets ahead. They're up by 5. 2K. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
We've got Tyler Hansbrough. Kemba Walker is out there with Lee. Then there's Spencer Hawes. And it's Kidd-Gilchrist in at the 4. So that's the Hornets 5. Kidd-Gilchrist with the steal. Hawes dishes to Lee. And another 3 for Charlotte. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Hornets?
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Timeout called the Rockets. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively, saying, listen, let's make the simple play. Take care of the basketball. We can't afford to waste any possessions. Guys, can they clean it up?
It looks like he took that last 3. A little personal.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, Greg. You saw it in his eyes. I mean, heck, that was a payback shot right there. I don't think there's any doubt.
And the Hornets call time here.
Yeah, in the quest to get to the playoffs, the Hornets came up short last season, and a lot of that was due to how they fared against the Western Conference. They just couldn't keep up with the offensive firepower coming out of the West.
As you mentioned, the Hornets struggled against the West, only won 8 games in their 30 games played.
And you need to be near 500 against the West if you want to make the playoffs in the East. But it was their lack of offense that just made it so hard for the Hornets to keep up with a lot of teams in the West.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Kaminsky is checked in for Kidd-Gilchrist. Batum comes in for Tyler Hansbrough. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Lee. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. And then for Houston, Jones checked in for Howard. And it's Beasley in for Patrick Beverly. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. The Rockets were terrific on the road last season, Clark. Tied for second with the Clippers for the most road wins in the league.
26-15, although if you want to get picky about it, they had one of those wins in Mexico City, so maybe 25.5 road wins for them.
Down low, here's Beasley, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Maniunas kicks to Jones. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And I do remember that Mexico City game last year for the Rockets. A huge turnout for them. It felt like they were the crowd favorites. Still, you can't take anything away from their road performances last season. Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Dishes it to Lynn. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And, you know, you think about the Rockets, as you mentioned. I mean, one reason they were so good on the road is their offense didn't miss a beat when they left Houston. When you can get to the line as much as they did, you remain consistent on the road.
From the top of the key, the offensive rebound, Kaminsky, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Now, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Harden the pass to Jones. He kicks it to Ariza. Back to Jones. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Charlotte. Lynn's got his third rebound on the night. Out of bounds, Houston takes possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Houston making some changes. Capella's checked in, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Maniunas. Rockets trail by 9. Kicks to Beverley. From deep. Capella dishes to Ariza. Lynn with the steal. They push it up 4 on 3. Stolen by Beverley. Capella kicks to Beasley. And some nice passing there by Houston. Back to Beverley. Kicks it out to Ariza. To the middle. It's deflected. Lynn with the steal. And Lynn with a clear path to the hoop. And Lamb slams it home.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now. They've been very untidy with the ball here.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Good passes and moving the ball around.
Now a timeout called by Houston. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Al Jefferson's checked in for Hawes. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Kaminsky. Williams, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Walker's subbed in for Jeremy Lamb. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Howard's checked in, taken away by Williams. Lynn against Beasley. It's stolen by Ariza. Here's Beverley. Another miss by Houston.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Harden's shot is off. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, I agree. Got to use some clock here.
Beverley against Lynn. Back to Walker. And the shot is long.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Outside, Kidd-Gilchrist. In a wide-open look for Lynn. Offensive rebound. Outside, Walker. He dishes it to Lynn. He feeds it to Kidd-Gilchrist. The second chance effort. And it's Walker penetrating. Lynn, that's a two-pointer. Hornets keep it alive.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but He's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Here's Beasley. Got it from 16 feet.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
And he commits the intentional foul. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And an intentional foul right there.
Walker having a fantastic game. He's got 17 points, and he's drained 4 3-pointers here as well.
And with more to come, you know, it wouldn't hurt to keep getting him the basketball.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And here are the Rockets now.
Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Yeah, far too much work left to be done and not nearly enough time to get it done in.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, exactly. They got to be happy with the outcome here.
Elated, you're right. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9. Both free throws good from Lynn.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach.
He hits the first one, and that brings them within single digits. He hits both from the stripe. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, gotta love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're down by 11. 11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy's over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they hope to get accomplished with this timeout here.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And so it's Charlotte with the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here. How'd you feel about his performance, Kenny?
He came through with some big buckets down the stretch, Shaq. 4 3-pointers all together for him, that's big. And the key for him offensively, he took great shots.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight.